Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show today. President Trump has won again, guys, at the Supreme Court. So many wins across the board in the courts. The courts are on Trump's side. So in a SCOTUS agreement of 5-4, so he won it by one vote. They have green-lighted President Trump's ending of the DEI and gender ideology grants across the board at the federal government. Hundreds of millions of billions of dollars, guys, in DEI and gender ideology grants have been shut down. No more. We're not wasting our money on this stuff, guys. Going back to common sense, and this is again at the Supreme Court level. Trump is now 18-0. 18 wins, 0 losses at the Supreme Court. Winning, guys, is just a new way for the MAGA movement. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love this. Again, I don't want my money wasted on all these DEI practices. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All of our taxpayer money. But not only that, the FBI has just raided John Bolton's home as part of an investigation into the handling of classified documents, and more Democrats are on the list. This is massive, guys. They raided Trump's home and they had no predicate for it. Kash Patel told us. But now we're seeing that we got receipts for you today, guys. More Democrats are on the list. Now we know that Kash Patel and Pam Bondi are going after all the top Biden and Obama officials that had anything to do with the Trump-Russia collusion and trying to fabricate evidence against Trump to put him in jail. Like, you can't make this stuff up, guys. Not only are we just greenlighting straight through the Supreme Court, getting all these wins, going after all these people that lied, try to put Trump in jail. Trump is cleaning house, baby. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Trump has also ordered an audit of every single visa holder in America. All the people that come across from other countries, he said he wants them to be audited and make sure they're not terrorists, make sure that they have America first values, and if not, then top officials of the Trump administration said that half of the 55 million visa holders should have their papers pulled tomorrow. Give them 30 days to leave. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this, because again, too, 55 million visa holders, and the Trump administration wants to pull half of them. I'm telling you, when they had Biden in office, they imported voters, guys. This is mind-blowing. And not only that, an appeals court has just allowed Trump to end temporary amnesty for an additional 60,000 migrants that were flown in by the Biden administration. The courts are on Trump's side. Common sense is right on the board, guys. And even in these deep blue Democratic states, Trump won in the appeals court 5-0 when it came to the Letitia James, just crazy amount of money to pay over the fraud case. Guys, I'm telling you, Trump is just a bulldozer right now, a bullet train. Guys, get on the Trump train. Put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. Trump train, baby. Trump train. President Trump has also announced he will fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook if she doesn't resign amid the mortgage fraud probe. And the stock market is ripping right now, guys, because Federal Chair Jerome Powell, too late Powell, has indicated that the Federal Reserve will lower interest rates in September. We need the wins, guys. Midterms will be here before we know it. And all these things of adding to giving back to Americans is what we voted for. And guess what, guys? You can't make this stuff up. Canada is now removing retaliatory tariffs on the United States, citing that they want a more peaceful relationship with the United States and President Trump. Wow. Our stick is bigger than Canada's, and President Trump has won and is continuing to win the tariff war. Guys, I love this. It's so big. We're getting so much news, and guys, you will not believe what I've got for you concerning, listen to this, guys, the Vance against Newsom 2028 presidential election. That's what's coming out now, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Vance for the GOP, Newsom for the Democrats. Things are getting heated. We got a big show for you today, guys. Ton of breaking news. I want to say thank you to everybody who is watching, to all of our subscribers, all of our viewers. Y'all are the best, guys. Oh my goodness, with the Supreme Court, the FBI raids, this is a huge, huge news day to date. Want to say thank you to all of our members of the channel, those that have given and supported through the Super Chat donation, guys. Want to say thank you so much that, I tell you, on the 22nd of every single month, guys, and that's today. This is the big, big day where we are donating to a local charity at the end of the show. So stay tuned. We're so excited, guys. This is going to be the most we've ever given, and it's all with your support. We are ready to change lives for the good, guys. This is amazing. I want to give some special love to Elaine Demeen, Raymond Calhoun, Elizabeth Charlie Boy, Donna Storino. Guys, show them some love in the chat, and if you don't mind doing us a huge favor of hitting that thumbs up like button. The Trump derangement syndrome is taking to the next level, but what I love now is that Vance is really stepping it up with all the new things that we're exposing, all the FBI raids coming, with all the Supreme Court wins, guys. The vice president is stepping it up. Listen to this, because I'm telling you, Trump's dream team is making it happen. Check this out.
It is a bizarre world that we live in. You hear them screaming bloody murder because there is no murder. The vice president spoke on this again today.
Just like in Washington, D.C., the national capital of the greatest nation in the history of the world, there are no-go zones where you would not take a young family or you would not take young children. And that's true, I'm sure, all across the state of Georgia, all across our country, because our leaders decided that they would make our streets safe for criminals instead of safe for the people who pay our taxes and keep our communities going. We got to take America's streets back for the American people, and that's what the President of the United States is doing every single day.
If you want to understand the rage on this, why so many people are so angry, you might think it's as simple as the frustration of watching their distorted worldview crumble before their eyes, as crime rates have literally plummeted in a matter of days. Imagine realizing that. But in truth, I think it's more complicated, that most of these people don't really acknowledge the existence of badness in society. They don't acknowledge the criminal. They view criminals as victims of society, arresting them, hunting them the way they're being hunted right now, stopping them from victimizing the rest of us. These people see as a form of oppression on the criminal, on the people that they believe have already been left behind.
Guys, and what I love is that we continue to show you how much we are winning with Trump of cleaning out America. Guys, look at this right here on the screen. Supreme Court allows Trump administration to terminate $783 million. That's $750 million in NIH grants linked to DEI initiatives. Guys, you cannot make this up. We are continuing to win. It just shows you the DEI doesn't work, giving people a job just because. And you don't want to know this, guys? I'm telling you, we bring the receipts. This right here, look at this stuff. The first black woman president of Harvard, Claudine Gay, was forced to resign from plagiarism. The first black woman AG of New York, Letitia James, DOJ investigation for mortgage fraud. First black woman mayor of New Orleans, LaToya Cantrell, indicted for corruption. First black woman is the Federal Reserve Governor, Lisa Cook. DOJ investigation for mortgage fraud. Like, all within the past 1.5 years, guys. This is what happens when you put unqualified people trying to fill a DEI initiative into power. And guess what? They were using our taxpayer dollars to do it. And now, guess what? We are coming back, and everybody is getting to see common sense, baby. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, guys, thank you so much for your support. This is insane.
The victims, and there are victims every time a violent crime is committed, it's against the victim. The left cannot acknowledge those people because their ideology creates so many of them, and they can't bear the weight of that guilt. So victims are just viewed as collateral damage that society must accept as we barrel through the hellscape that they promise us will lead us to some kind of utopia at the end, which, of course, as we know, never happens. It is an utterly distorted worldview, and it is so violently held onto in a place like Washington, D.C. In the last election, D.C. residents chose Kamala Harris by 92.5%.
You cannot look at this screen and not say that it is 100% one-sided. 100% biased, especially in DC. That's why they wanted to make this a state, everybody. This is why they want to make sure, and they want to try to get those extra votes and those extra electoral votes, because look, there's no way in this world that this is fair. 92.5% of Washington, D.C. voted for Kamala Harris. All obvious, I'm telling you guys, all this stuff that we are exposing, we are 100% bringing the receipts today. This is nuts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
How comical that this is the city that Trump is forcing them to accept a cleansing of. Washington is the epicenter of their cancerous ideology. It is the absolute worst of the worst. It is more left than New York, than San Francisco, than anywhere else probably in the world. And they're being forced to suffer through less crime. They'd rather have 1,000 dead black kids in the street and live in misery and poverty and filth and homelessness than to admit that their ideology on life, law and order, crime, on everything is idiotic. Earlier this week, the left went berserk over this video of an ICE arrest in Washington, D.C. A man screaming in Spanish that he just wants to work and is here to support his family. Take a look.
Yo no tengo nada, señor. Señor, yo no, por favor. Yo no debo nada, papi. Yo no debo nada.
Immediate rage tears came from that video as the man screamed on the ground. Even Fox's resident Democrat had to tweet out that it doesn't make D.C. safer. It'll just make people not come to D.C. The cruelty, she says, is always the point. Because you were just expected to believe that that man wanted to work all day and feed his family. But shortly after his arrest, we learned again that the man was previously arrested for aggravated sexual assault of a child under 13 years old.
Guys, again, this type of stuff, I don't care what the Democrats say. I don't care what these politicians say. When we have no idea what the heck is going on in our country and there's people trying to make a mockery of us, we have these people that are literally criminals like this, what you're seeing on the screen. I'm so upset. I'm just like, this stuff makes me so upset. That's why I'm glad that we are moving forward with what Trump is backing, the new census, calling for the removal of all the illegals from our country, guys. Look, we have to clean it up. I don't want anything, because imagine if it was your daughter. Imagine if it was your son. Your life would never be the same after that. And that's why I'm glad that Trump is doing what he needs to do in cleaning up America. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. This is a big, big, big day today. Jeffrey Hatt, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Let's go. Said, I love Trump and our administration. We all love you, Joel. Vance Rubio, let's go. Show Jeffrey some love in the hat, as well as Jogo for the super chat. I love it. Said, I just want to say that I appreciate all you do on here. Love the positivity, the receipts, and the truth you put out. I especially appreciate the help you are giving to the people, referencing the kids and veterans. Thank you. Let's go, guys. Jogo, OG of the channel. Show Jogo some love in the chat. Guys, we are bringing so much today. It is nuts what's going on. But today's a big day because remember, at the end of the show, we're doing our special giving, and I'm so thankful for all your support, guys. We are literally changing lives, and it is beautiful. Listen to this.
You've got Gavin Newsom now running for president on his thing over there where they got 40% of the 42%, I think, of the state is Republican, votes Republican. It's a 52-seat delegation. We only have 9 seats now. They're going to take 5 more back. It's going to be 48 to 4. That's the way they play. They play smash mouth. we should have a Texas 10 here. We got 5, and everybody else on Fox, they're skipping around how great it was. But the audience here knows that this was done at the tip of the bayonet of the activists. Trump just won Texas by 14 points. If you're going to run for attorney general, is Soros really your biggest enemy, or the locked-in business interest of the Republican Party there that's really basically centrist Democrats, sir?
Yes, Steve, first of all, great. By the way, following Eric Schmidt, I just want to point out how important it is to have a good AG like Eric, who took on all the mask issue, took on all of the issues involving, Obamacare. Ken Paxton has done the same thing. Ken Paxton has fought, porn industry. He's fought big corporations. He's fought to defend Texas against the long reach of Obamacare, fought to secure the border. We need fighters like that. And look, to your point, I would just say this. My message in Austin has been, we need to be as aggressive as the White House is willing to push for.
Yes.
And, the White House pushed for 5. And so right now, my view is, well, then move the 5 through. But if we can go more, go more. And so that's what I've been saying with my friends in the state legislature. Go as far as you can go. I think we could be a little more aggressive in Texas. There's no doubt. But right now, they're moving the maps. That's what the White House asked for. And you need an AG who's going to defend the maps straight up. And I've worked those cases. I was in Washington when we were fighting the Voting Rights Act reauthorization as a lawyer. We worked hard to set the table. It was our research in the Judiciary Committee that helped form the basis of Section 5 getting struck down because of the hard work we did. I've been doing it for a lifetime. We fought that stuff when I was in the AG's office before. And Congress, we've been working hard to make sure we do the right thing and we can stop the race-based gerrymandering that's been destroying our ability to have real representation. It's like Texas. Like, look at all these blue states up in the Northeast who have nothing but Democrat representatives because they've been gerrymandering, as you said, smash mouth. We need to fight them, and we need to be aggressive. Couldn't agree with you more. We got to get past these sort of corporate-run town in Austin. Look at the budget. It was not good. We've got criminals on our streets. We have cartels that have too much influence. And we have too many people making decisions here who aren't fighting to get the right thing done. But look, Ken has been fighting hard against that. I want to carry that forward, and we'll do that.
Guys, let me show you this because it's already happened, guys. I'm telling you. We bring you the context of what's going on. Gavin Newsom signs legislation to gerrymander California for 5+ Democrat seats before the 2026 midterms. All this stuff is already happening, guys. We are going to have the fight of our lives in this midterms because every single Democrat is going to try to gerrymander even more than what they've already done. Let me know your thoughts in the comments because, again, this is Gavin Newsom signing right here on the screen. They are now going to essentially add 5 more Democratic seats when they're, think about it, 42% of California voted for Trump. Yet, it's 90%. 90% of the House seats in California are Democrat now. Makes no sense whatsoever. Joe Go, thank you so much for gifting 5 TrueLife News memberships. Let's go. Guys, if you got a free membership from Joe Go, show Joe Go some love in the chat. Thank you so much for your support and helping our giving. Such a big day today, guys. So much breaking news going on, but I'm telling you what, getting the right people in the right place, the dream team makes all the difference in the world. Like what you're about to see next. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, guys, we are taking it to the next level.
Yeah, I think what people are shocked is that, Texas is, I say this, and we love Ohio and Florida, and these other places are fantastic. But the railhead of MAGA is in that hard-bitten Texan. That's the railhead of this movement. And to know that state in Austin, the state is not that conservative the way it's run. It's just not. I mean, it's actually on property, everything. It's shocking what's happened here. So hopefully you can clean the thing up. Tell me about your campaign. Where are you gonna? You're starting today, but where are you gonna go? What's this? Knowing you, as long as I've known you from the time I think you were Ted Cruz's chief of staff, you're a grassroots guy. So tell me about your campaign.
Yeah, tomorrow I'll be out with the Tea Party talking about the SAVE Act that I introduced in Congress to ensure that only American citizens vote in American elections. We passed that out of the House. The Schumer Democrats blocked it. We're going to be out there talking about our need to go even further. I'm working with our mutual and good friend Cleta Mitchell to draft another round of legislation. I'm not going anywhere in the House for 16 months. I'm going to be fighting alongside you guys, Russ Vogt, and everybody else, and we're going to deliver for the president, make sure we build the majority. I'm going to be on the road meeting with some good activists in Tyler this Saturday, all over the state, that I've been working with for 2 decades while we've been trying to move forward to build this conservative movement. I've been a part of it from the beginning, Steve, as you know, meeting in the basement of Tortilla Coast with the founding members of the Freedom Caucus before the Freedom Caucus even existed, when I was Ted Cruz's chief of staff, before it was cool to be where we are today. And I've been fighting that and will continue to do that. And I'm going to be all over the state. Obviously, I've got a day job. I'll be up in Congress, the week after Labor Day. But we've got to deliver up there, and we need to hold spending flat or reduce when we have the big spending fight in September. And I'm not going to shy away from that. I'm going to be an honest broker with that, as I was in trying to get the big, beautiful bill delivered. It could have been better, but I think we delivered some real good spending restraint and frankly, $400 or $500 billion of elimination of those ridiculous green new scam subsidies. But we got to go further, Steve. You and I have talked about it in Congress, and then as AG, we've got to be aggressive in fighting. Look, Western civilization is under assault. We cannot have Sharia law in Texas. We cannot have open borders, no matter who's in the White House. We got to fight the invasion. We got to go file litigation to fight that. We got to stand up against property taxes and the confiscation of people's wealth. We can do a lot here if we're aggressive.
Guys, I'm telling you, getting the right people, guys, makes all the difference in the world. Getting the wrong people, I mean, the stuff that comes out, all the stuff, like Trump has been right about everything. Look at this. Canada will be removing retaliatory tariffs on most U.S. products following pressure from President Trump. Per Bloomberg, bam, there's another win. Got another win to show you. From the leading report, in the 7 days since President Trump sent the National Guard to Washington, D.C., 0 homicides, carjackings down 83%, robberies down 46%, violent crime down 22%. All these things Trump was right about. And when they come out, I'm telling you, more investigations are coming into what Trump said Kamala Harris did was illegal during her campaign. When you see where the money went, guys, it's just crazy, because they were just living a life of luxury of people's donations, trying to win back the presidency, and I believe that's why she lost. Listen to this.
$1.5 billion spent in 15 weeks for Kamala Harris.
$9,000, guys, at the bottom for ice cream. Are you kidding me?
They burned through that on things like Oprah, ad space in the Las Vegas sphere, and ice cream, the important stuff. So top Democrats have got to be laser focused on this, right? Wrong.
What that does for our side, it fires us up. It gets us going. These memes of you riding a velociraptor with like a 12-pack and 2 freaking rifles in your hand.
Oh, I know. Guys, I'm telling you, like, if Newsom is their guy, they're propping him up. They're giving him a lot of attaboys. They are moving towards Newsom. But the thing is I feel like with what I'm about to show you next, there's so much corruption that we're bringing. I don't think that the Democrats have any leg to stand on with what you're about to see next, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Biden's mouthpiece was in the hot seat today. Now, not Binder. Ian Sams, the guy who looks like Stephen Miller and would always tell us how sharp Joe was. Well, it turns out he didn't know Joe.
Mr. Sams, Chairman Comer said that you only interacted with President Biden twice in your role at the White House Special Counsel's office. Is that correct? Did you really only interact with President Biden twice in your role at the White House?
That's weird. He was Biden's spokesman, but he never spoke to him. Sam I Am defended the president every minute of every day, but only met him twice. The first day he was hired, and then he ran into him once in the bathroom. Now, who was telling this guy to say that Biden was saying what he was saying if it wasn't Joe? Maybe the auto pen can write and talk. That sure thing was busy. We're finding out more about Biden's pardons. The Oversight Project got its hands on emails that show Biden's own people at Justice were raising red flags that these pardons were fishy. The White House said the president was only pardoning nonviolent drug offenders. But a senior DOJ official emailed the White House saying this: I think you should stop saying that because it is untrue or at least misleading. Some of the people Biden pardoned were violent criminals.
Wow.
The Justice Department was confused, and they wanted to hear directly from the president. Quote, I think it's best that we receive a statement or direction from the president as to the meaning of the warrant language. It seems like Biden had no idea who he was pardoning or why he was pardoning them. But someone was putting those thousands of names in front of the auto pen. Who was it? The last 4 years were a scam, and the media covered it up, and now they're paying the price. Fallout from Biden's blow-up is reaching every corner of the Democrat machine. It's a complete collapse.
Let's go.
We're finding out why CBS rushed to settle with Trump over the 60 Minutes editing Kamala's dopey interview. Turns out their Biden interview was so much worse. He went on 60 Minutes back in 23, and Joe was so sleepy, the anchor had to explain it on air.
As we spoke to the president, his Secretary of State was in Israel. His defense secretary was at a NATO meeting on Ukraine. America's oldest president seemed tired from directing all of this, but he was very clear on what he stood for and how his policies, in his view, would see America through.
Biden's tired because he's at the White House and his cabinet's overseas? What? And there's something 60 Minutes didn't tell you. Ms. Redstone said CBS personnel had told her that the president had seemed drowsy and had to be prodded to answer.
Wow.
Drowsy. He needed to be prodded. Scott Pelley had to prod the president because he was too sleepy. And they didn't report.
Guys, okay, I truly give it to Trump. He said he always called him Sleepy Joe. You know what? He is forever Sleepy Joe Biden. And again, too, guys, just remember, while all this was happening, Biden sleepy, wasn't really working, wasn't really president. This type of stuff was happening behind the scenes. Right here, Trump is undoing all the wasteful spending. And look, this is on the emergency docket. Like, all this stuff is being fast-tracked through the Supreme Court. If it wasn't for Trump, just imagine the billions and billions of dollars continued to be wasted, our taxpayer dollars, on stupid DEI trying to, it is insane how much money Trump has pulled back. And that's why, again, we support America First policies. Sweet Kitten, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go. Y'all show Sweet Kitten some love in the chat, as well as Teresa Weber. Said, in the memory of my mom, Virginia Ray Murch, heavenly birthday today. She would love your heart, giving, and channel. Thank you for all your family. With God, go MAGA. I love it, guys. Y'all show Teresa some love in the chat. Give some love to her mom. Guys, I love it. Y'all show Teresa some love, as well as Kim Jordan. Said, thank you for all you do. You're appreciated. We appreciate you, Kim. Guys, we can't thank you enough for all your support. We just want to bring you the news, the breaking news, the facts of what's going on. And we're just living in such historic times that we're just exposing all this corruption that was happening right in front of our eyes that they were gaslighting and covering up. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, guys, thank you so much for your support. Listen to this.
Could cherry pick raw footage and internal communications and do more damage to CBS's news reputation than any settlement would. She and Tyler worried that CBS might be accused of editing the interview to conceal Mr. Biden's failings. CBS is paying Trump peanuts compared to what they're losing. Sources tell Puck News, CBS News is bleeding $50 million a year.
Holy moly.
No one watches because they don't trust them. Is CBS going to change its name now? It's not working out for MSNBC. Miss Now. The letters are so toxic, the network brass 86'd them. Executives at NBC Universal had decided they did not want their brand to maintain an affiliation with the avowedly liberal cable network.
Wow.
New name, same product. The president said MSNBC is doing so poorly in the ratings that they're looking to change their name in order to get away from the stench of their fake news product. MSNBC is a failure by any name. Charlie Hertz, a co-host, Fox and Friends Weekend. I mean, what is going on here?
Oh, I think Trump has successfully broken them.
Yeah.
I mean, it is really amazing. Whether it's politicians or the media, he has completely. And I think that when you rack up victories like what you're seeing right now in the streets in Washington, D.C., it makes it, it's completely indefensible because you have Democrats have told us forever that these are impossible problems to fix and that there's no way of doing it. And then he does this, and then you see immediate dramatic results. The thing with the Ian Sams thing about these pardons and the auto pen, the reason, Democrats are going to sit here and try to claim that, oh, Joe Biden is the past. We don't need to talk about this. And it's going to be very unpopular for Republicans to go after, to continue this investigation. This is why it's important. It's not about Joe Biden. It's about the people around him. And the pardons are so important because, like you said, they gave out thousands of them. Do you think those might have had some value to some people out there?
You have to follow the money.
You have to follow at least the thing that was worth something.
So, Charlie, explain to people that don't know how this works. You hire a lawyer or a lobbyist that is connected or has access to the Justice Department. Yep. You pay them a lot of money, and they put the pardon in front of the auto pen.
So I know a lot of lobbyists from my time in Washington. There is a level of gutter lobbyist that only deals in things like pardons.
Pardon lobbyist.
Seriously, I'm not kidding. Right. And because I know a lot of lobbyists who are too good to do the pardon thing.
Yeah, they don't touch it.
They don't touch it.
It's too dirty.
Right. It's too gross even for a lobbyist in Washington, which is saying something.
Yeah.
And so there is like a special industry of lobbyists who focus on this kind of thing. And they go, and you don't have to go to you don't have to go to the president in a situation like this. You just have to know somebody who once ran into Joe Biden in the bathroom who has access to the auto pen.
Right. You have to know somebody who knows the auto pen, and you have to get paid by the guy's defense attorney, and you have to know who to grease.
Yeah.
And 2,000 people went that way.
Yeah, and you have to, these are all obvious questions. Anybody should ask
That's
them,
the real scandal. Yep. That's the real scandal. All right,
guys, let me tell you this. If we don't, the stuff that we learn and we see on this, it is mind-blowing, guys. It is so mind-blowing what we're exposing. And again, it always goes back to follow the money. And today, with CIA Director John Ratcliffe, gave Kash Patel intel that formed the basis for the raid on John Bolton's house. Bolton attacking Trump over classified info may go down as one of the most audacious acts ever. Is that not crazy? That the very thing that John Bolton went after Trump for, he's now going after. And guys, it's huge. They're now saying, I want to give you 2 clips of this because this is big breaking news today. More Democrats are on the list for being their homes raided, for things being checked out because of all the corruption. This is huge. Troy Goodry, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go, brother. So let's go get them all. And guys, give it up for our boy Chris Prez, OG of the channel, for gifting 10 True Life News memberships. Guys, if you got a free membership, show Chris some love in the chat. Man, this guy is helping us to grow our True Life News family, our giving. Show Chris some love in the chat, as well as our boy Fred Samuel. Thank you so much, Fred. Said Trump has broken the liberals completely. They honestly don't know what to do or say anymore. Guys, it's one thing right after another. That every single one of these people that lied, they all have corruption right in their own home, guys. Listen to this.
I actually have an exclusive report on all of this that I haven't even posted on Twitter yet. Came in just as I was coming in to get ready for the hit here. So this is what I'm getting. This is going to be a War Room exclusive here from Human Events.
Let's go.
That CIA Director John Ratcliffe provided Kash Patel access to U.S. intelligence that served as the basis for the warrant to raid Bolton's house. So this is basically what we were thinking about, and this is an individual familiar is telling me this, they're saying Bolton disingenuously attacked Trump for mishandling classified information. It will go down as one of the most audacious and ironic acts of malice in political history. Bolton should have been throwing stones in his now raided glass house. And this was something, I think, Steve, you and I talked about it when John Bolton's book came out, that he was known for these yellow legal pads, that he would take notes during every single meeting that was going on when he was the national security advisor. And there were a lot of questions as to what exactly was the handling of those notes. Did those yellow legal pads make it home to him? And because there was a lot of information that was in there that also ended up in his book, which was publicized, and by the way, part of which was leaked to the New York Times, even went back to my own reporting on this, part of which was leaked to the New York Times before it even came out in publication. So there's a lot of questions about who leaked it in the first place. Was it leaked during that period where they're supposed to be scrubbing it for classified? And these yellow legal pads, what information did he take? Because classified information, here's a great example. So even if you don't have documents, if the information that you have written down on your documents is classified and you take your document home, that's still taking classified information out of a classified area. That's still taking it out of the SCIF. So if you're in a position like the Oval, if you're in the Situation Room, et cetera, you can't just take that home. And in fact, the information in your mind is still also classified. That's why you have a lifetime NDA. That's just the nature of classified information. So I know there's a lot of people who focus on documents. I'm certain I'm sure there's going to be documents that we're talking about here, but this is very clear. It's information that is classified, not a piece of paper.
Guys, this is massive. John Bolton could be going to prison for 10 or more years, guys. This is coming. This is massive what is breaking right now, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Guys, we appreciate our support. Today is a big day, guys, because this is our day of giving. Jogo, thank you so much for gifting 5 TrueLife News memberships. Guys, if you got a free membership from Jogo, show Jogo some love in the chat. I love it. Growing our TrueLife News family. As well as Mike Sobczynski said, love Jesus, do not love our evil government. 100%, brother. Amen. Show Mike some love. And Chris Prez, some love in the chat. Jogo, y'all are so awesome. Guys, listen to this. 10 plus years for John Bolton. Based upon what they're saying, this guy could go to prison for. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Today is a massive day.
It is intriguing here because these are long-standing allegations that the book indicated or referenced classified material that he may have acquired when he was in the administration. We're not clear as to what that is, but it would suggest that it could be national defense information. The reason that's important is that creates a heightened potential penalty. So you can have penalties that range from 5 to 20 years. 20 years tends to be the sentences for concealing information, obstructing justice. Simply having classified information can weigh in at about 10 years. And there are often multiple counts because each of those documents can be charged separately. So there is a strange history here. So you had these allegations coming out as early as the first Trump administration. Then there was an allegation that the Biden administration essentially scuttled a further look at this case. Right. And now we have this new development. But we really don't know if there's something that has occurred most recently, whether they uncovered something that they believed is sort of evergreen, that this is still a viable criminal case.
So,
guys, again, everybody is getting it right now, guys. I'm telling y'all. And guys, I just want to know. So, because we're going to move into this next big thing that's happened and all the things that are coming after that. But this is kind of like breaking the internet right now. I just want to get your thoughts on this because I think it's hilarious. What do y'all think of the whole Cracker Barrel? Old country store, the barrel, the older man sitting in the chair. Now they've moved to this modern look. Everything is trying to be modern and they've kind of changed everything. it's just, it keeps showing up in my feed, and I'm just like, a lot of people are going crazy over this, and I think it's hilarious. Number one, I don't think they should have gotten or changed the logo that much. I think they kind of should have left their store. They shouldn't have changed it as drastic as they did. And I feel like it's just a slap in the face. This is going to more of that woke, trying to be a certain way. This is literally coming from their CEO, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because let me tell you this, I love me some Cracker Barrel biscuits. Put some grape jelly and butter on that stuff, and I will tear it up. But I just think it's hilarious how much people are just so upset, but also too because Cracker Barrel is literally trying to become a brand new restaurant and moving like 100% away from what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Fred Samuel, thank you so much, brother, for your support. He said, what Trump official died overnight? I just got an alert. I'll check that out, brother, for you in just a moment. Guys, y'all show Fred some love in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on the Cracker Barrel thing too, because I think that's hilarious. Listen to this, guys, because I'm telling you, it's getting deeper and deeper. 30 years in prison, term possible for a top appointed Biden federal official. Listen to this.
President Trump taking aim at Fed Governor Lisa Cook yesterday after Bill Pulte, the head of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, accused Cook of submitting fraudulent information on 2 mortgage applications. You know, you can't have 2 primary residences. The Justice Department getting involved. Cook responding by telling FBN she, quote, has no intention of being bullied to step down from my position because some questions raised in a tweet.
Is this a tweet?
Well, Charlie is...
Sorry.
No, Charlie's just interjecting. The only way for Trump to fire a governor is for cause. And Bill Pulte, head of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, thinks President Trump has got the smoking gun.
This is a very serious crime, mortgage fraud. It carries up to 30-year prison sentences. I believe the president has ample cause to fire Lisa Cook. Whether he wants to do that or not is entirely up to the president. However, we will go where mortgage fraud is. If mortgage fraud is with a Republican or a Democrat, it doesn't matter. If you commit mortgage fraud in President Trump's America, we're going to come after you. And Lisa Cook is no exception to that.
Charlie, since Charlie was weighing in already.
I just wonder, was it a tweet that she's in trouble for, or is it mortgage fraud?
30 years, guys.
Again.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. 30 years. This is what they could get. This is insane, guys. If you appreciate all this breaking news, guys, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, we appreciate you so much today, guys. Today is a big day of people getting some... So like just being called out, investigated, homes being raided by the FBI. Like, this is nuts.
This is bullying. This is just about a tweet. It's not about 2 mortgage applications on 2 homes, 2 mortgage applications that were filled out 14 days apart, allegedly claiming that one home in Michigan is the primary residence, and then another home down in Georgia is the primary residence. I just want to start with this. Bloomberg wrote this article that the way that they are framing all of this is the new weapon for President Trump. This is a new line of attack. And the way Bloomberg framed this was, this is a practice that the central bank itself has found to be broad-based across the U.S., a practice, but it's fraud. The central bank, Philadelphia Fed researchers 2 years ago assessed the number of fraudulent investors in the mortgage market, and it's roughly 22,000 mortgages, like the ones that Pulte flagged. It is fraud, and it's fraud of the American people, assuming that they are Fannie Mae wrapped mortgages.
And remember what happened today, just now. The case that Tish James, the New York AG, brought against Trump over mortgage fraud, writing wrong stuff down on his mortgage application, just got reversed.
Right.
Literally seconds ago. So I will say this: if this is the preferred way,
there are allegations that she did that herself.
Now that's the whole point here. If Bloomberg is going to, suggest that this is a one-way ticket, they kind of missed one of the biggest cases of prosecutorial attacks using this mode
and overreach.
And that's against Donald Trump. And by the way, it's been proven today it's overreach. This is an appellate division, not just one judge, which came down and was very skeptical about the evidence of Trump misleading bankers. By the way, he didn't really mislead anybody. What happened was this. He wrote whatever he wrote down, what he thought his condo was worth in Trump Tower. He gave Deutsche Bank, I believe it was, a chance to review and to do their own assessment, and
which they did.
Did due diligence.
And they said it was fine.
They said it was fine. But I think you're touching on something that's really important, which is what exactly is the alleged lie on the application. To say, as Dagan mentioned, that you've got a primary residence in one state and then 2 weeks later claim that you've got a primary residence in the other state is a little different, you could argue, than the Trump situation of, I could think my apartment is worth $50 million. It's worth whatever a buyer's willing to give me for it. And as you said, Deutsche Bank went along with it. So I don't have double standards. You can't do it on either side. You brought up Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, Dagan. If there is an allegation here and she did something like this, as Pulte is alleging, then they need to investigate it.
By the way,
and as they investigate it, you could argue that she should be suspended from her position. There can't be double standards based on which party you're aligned with. Can't have people doing this and breaking the rules, especially somebody in a position like that trying to game the system. We talked about Adam Schiff yesterday also, and the allegations against him with respect to this. And then there are broader legal implications of it as well, tax fraud, wire fraud, mail fraud, all these things that happen if you lie about something with respect to this.
Guys, again, it's like, this is the thing. We're catching all these people. Trump is like nonstop going after a ton of people that not only like legitimately broke the law, committed mortgage fraud, but these are people in extremely high positions. And guys, I can't get over this news today, that they are reporting that more than 55 million visa holders are now under nonstop vetting as Trump officials escalate immigration crackdowns. We told you a red wave is coming. This is how it happens, guys. Like, I am mind blown right now that Trump administration from other sources are saying that as much as half of these 55 million visa holders could be sent back home. And the one thing that we know now for certain is that these visa holders, a lot of them vote whenever, like they're trying to give them expedited citizen status so that they can vote in the elections. Like, this is mind-blowing, guys. If Trump is not getting ready to not only clean out, because remember, these people get counted for congressional seats. We are going to literally blow the roof off of Congress with how many GOP seats we're going to get with every single step that Trump is taking. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, because I am so excited about everything that's happening. And it's all happening because Trump is saying, guess what? We're putting America first. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. This is massive.
This is almost like shooting fish in a barrel because, as we all know, obviously all these people screw up on these applications. And it is bank fraud.
Let me be clear about one thing.
No, but
that's what I was thinking.
By the way, friend of mine went to jail for this. Friend of mine, deceased.
Yes.
Bernie Carrick was a friend of mine. He went to jail for this. Now, I don't believe he should have. It was a stupid thing. He paid back the loan. There was no damages. There was no damage in the Trump stuff. But, if you're going to go and sort of search everybody's mortgage application.
And search everybody.
I guarantee you.
Okay,
so
there are
stuff.
layers of enforcement. This is not just a Bill Pulte as the self-appointed police officer, if you will.
Well, he is.
There is a financial crimes division at investigations division within Fannie Mae. And that was with the Adam Schiff case. there was a memo from the Financial Crimes Division went through what happened with all of the Adam Schiff mortgages, just an example. And then there was a referral to the Department of Justice. You have Ed Martin in the Department of Justice who's overseeing this, but these charges still would have to be signed off on by a grand jury, which is what is going on in Maryland and in Virginia with, respectively, Adam Schiff and Letitia James.
You make it sound like the bar is high. Remember, grand juries indict you over, what was it, the ham sandwich analogy? The bar is kind of low here. And the bar is low because, and I'm not saying it should be higher. The bar is low, and you know this because Bernie Kerik went to jail for something. Look it up. It was absurd. Donald Trump was charged. Look that up. That was absurd. You start writing wrong stuff down on mortgage applications. The minute you do that, you are in the crosshairs of financial fraud and criminal financial fraud. And the bar's low. And so my only point is that we could be seeing this against so many people.
People shouldn't do it.
Well, I know. Yeah. And guys, it really bothers me because like when you write down the wrong things like that, you're literally saving hundreds of thousands of dollars by getting favorable interest rate loans. So it's like these people that are at the highest level making a ton of money, this is where fraud always happens and these people get away with it. And now Trump's saying no more. And this today, guys, is literally blowing up the stock market right now, guys. It is insane how much the stock market has just done this, just straight up, because Federal Jerome Powell, too late Powell, finally indicates that the Federal Reserve will lower interest rates in September. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. He's feeling the pressure. Trump is putting, everybody on blast. Fred Samuel, thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. Said Dr. James Dobson was the advisor who died last night. He was a Trump advisor. Guys, y'all show Fred some love in the chat. Surgical Wizard, thank you so much for the super chat. Said soon we will have a full Republican House and Senate, all Republicans and no Democrats. Let's go, baby. Red wave. Put it in the chat, guys. Put it in the comments. Red wave. Guys, this is so big. If you appreciate this, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up like button, guys, thank you so much for your support. We are winning. And again, too, with what you're about to see next, guys, more documentation, more evidence. We are not like all this stuff that is coming out. How much we were lied to. This is massive what is coming out.
All new documents show even more people inside the Biden White House raised concerns about what was actually going on. The Oversight Project has obtained documents from the DOJ showing that former Assistant Deputy Attorney General Bradley Weinsheimer had raised concerns about Biden's slew of term and pardons for federal convicts. He sent an email to Biden staffers on the 18th of this year in January saying, quote, the White House has described those who received commutations as people convicted of nonviolent drug offenses. I think you should stop saying that because it is untrue, or at least misleading. He also said, quote, even with the exceedingly limited review we were permitted to do of the individuals we believed you might be considering for commutation, we initially identified 19 that were highly problematic, yet those pardons went through anyway. Wow. Elizabeth, this is fascinating, especially that this is Biden's own DOJ who is raising these concerns. And to be clear here, they talked about the multitude of victims' families that were giving statements and reaching out to the DOJ and say, you can't let these people go. We're talking about someone that was responsible for the murder of a police officer, drug trafficking. These 19 pardons were very bad criminals. And they're now out on the streets and free and pardoned by Joe Biden or who.
Guys, and again, it's like when we show you this stuff, there's so much news is going on. This is just mind-blowing that, again, the Biden administration was so corrupt. Biden wasn't president. I'm about to show you the man himself who is literally leading the charge. You just heard it. 19 people that committed violent crimes were pardoned But this is what I love because we show you exactly what's going on behind the scenes. You don't see this on mainstream media, guys. Check this out.
Today, do you expect Ian Sams to cooperate?
Well, I mean, he had a lot to say while he was working for the White House, so I'm sure he'll have a lot to say today. He was very vocal and very active on Twitter, so we're going to ask him, a lot of questions about what he would say publicly from behind the podium at the White House and what he would tweet about, and see if he still stands by a lot of those claims he made.
Do you have an update on timing for tomorrow, when you expect to start getting documents from the DOJ on Epstein, and when?
No, we just expect to get them tomorrow.
And when do you think you might release them publicly? Do you know at all?
Well, we're going to review and we'll work as quickly as we can. This is sensitive information. We want to make sure we don't do anything to harm or jeopardize any victims that were involved in this. But we're going to be transparent. We're doing what we said we would do. We're getting the documents, and I believe the White House will work with us.
Can I ask you on tomorrow? This material was already redacted by DOJ, right? So what further redactions or
we just want
considerations do you have?
Well, I mean, I can't imagine very many scenarios where we would further redact anything. Usually we have concerns over redaction, so we're just going to see what they send us, and we'll go from there.
And you think it'll move out fairly quickly?
That's our goal.
Do you expect to call more witnesses in this investigation on the Biden decline? Right now, I think we only have this one and 3 more scheduled. Do you need to hear from more people?
Well, I think there are a few more people that should want to set the record straight. We'll talk about that at a later date, but what we've said all along is we're going to get through this initial batch of depositions and transcribed interviews, and then go from there. But look, it's very clear the president was shielded from the media, from most of his cabinet secretaries, and from the American people. A lot of activity happened, especially during the lame duck period with that auto pen, and we haven't seen, or I haven't seen anything yet that would lead me to believe that the president knew a lot about what was going on with that auto pen, and that's very concerning. So we're going to have the deposition with Ian Sams this morning, and I'm sure I'll be coming out in an hour or two and giving you an update on what's going on. But thank you all for being here.
How integral do you think Sams is to being able to tell us whether Biden assented to using the auto pen? Because he was there in the special counsel's office. Are you going to ask him? What are you planning to ask him?
Yeah, we're going to ask him a lot of questions about the president's mental state. Ian Sams was the one that came out and was the first to attack the Hur report when it came out, when Hur stated the obvious that the president was in a deep decline. Ian Sams was quick to attack Robert Hur and attack the Wall Street Journal or any other media publication that wrote about that. So we'll see what he says today, because we all know after the Hur report that was very factual. And if anything, Robert Hur was being kind to President Biden. So we've seen the video, and we've all seen the debate formats, and we've seen the decline at the very few opportunities we had to witness Joe Biden during the lame duck period. So we'll see if Ian Sams continues to be as vocal about the president's health today as he was when he was being employed by the president. Thank you.
Guys, let me tell you this. It is so crazy that even on CNN, you can't help it, guys. They don't plan for this. And what I love is we show you everything. I show you all the truth, all the facts, no matter where it comes from. But even on CNN, they now have people that are coming on that's saying, hey, guess what? John Bolton's raid, the raid at his house, it wasn't it's not political warfare. This is not politicization of the law. Guys, this is awesome. Listen to this.
I mean, you've heard from Andrew and Caitlin that there has to be some showing of probable cause to a federal judge. This just isn't Donald Trump's or Kash Patel's anger or vitriol coming to roost here. There are line FBI agents, career prosecutors, career people in the Department of Justice who assembled a case file that had to go to a federal judge, presumably who doesn't take any of these things lightly, and show a probable cause, more likely than not, that there was evidence of a crime of some sort contained in John Bolton's house. So while this, John Berman said earlier, this has a really bad look to it, this has probably been going on now for quite some time. This isn't pulled together in a few hours. This investigation has most likely been going on for quite some time to get to this point. The timing is optically, it looks political because of, you said, John Berman alluded to it, that, Bolton was on criticizing the president heavily. He's been a big detractor of Donald Trump's, has said a lot of not nice things about Donald Trump, but that does not still underlie the fact that there may be some there, and that a federal judge someplace found that there's more likely than not something here in this house that contains evidence of a crime.
Wow, guys. And again, it's just like one thing right after the other, but I told you guys, I wanted to show you this because I'm telling you, in 2028, it is going to be a Vance, Newsom. It is going to be a Vance Newsom ticket. This is going to, guys, this is the Democrats' guy. Vance is going to be our guy. It's going to be huge. And whenever we show you this type of stuff and we're showing you from the polls, like I always look at where the polls are coming from and we take that into account. But this is pretty good, guys. This is big. Listen to this, guys. I love this because, again, too, I feel like Newsom is a losing ticket. The Democrats don't have anybody. And now the polls show this is who essentially they want to run for the Democratic Party.
I absolutely think it's showing signs of working. And let's take a look at the voters who know Gavin Newsom best. Those voters out in California, those California Democrats. California Democrats and Newsom for governor. You go back to 2023, just 35% wanted him to run for president. Look at the percentage now who are excited for a run for president for Gavin Newsom. What is that? That's a 40-point climb. My goodness gracious, a rising tide of support for Gavin Newsom. Remember, back in 2023, the majority of Democrats did not want Joe Biden to run for another term, but California Democrats in Gavin Newsom's home state did not want him to run either. And now 75% are excited for him to run. And more than that, he's getting a higher percentage of the vote than Kamala Harris in her home state. He is beating the former vice president, who of course was the Democratic nominee in 2024. As I said, a rising tide of support for the California governor.
And we always say it's very early to be looking at 2028 polling, but why is California polling so important?
Why is it so important? Because I want you to take a look. It's one of those benchmarks, the home state polling for presidential candidates. If they can't win the primary in their home state, they ain't going to win anywhere. What are we talking about? Pres nominees and home state primaries. All of them won. All the nominees won. And all of them led in the early polls. So yes, winning California is not tantamount to winning the nomination, but it is one of those stepping stones that you have to make it to if you in fact want to win the nomination historically. And of course in California, it has the most delegates out of any of the states that of course take part in the Democratic primary.
How are things looking nationally for Democrats?
Okay, so we're looking at the states, right? We're looking at Gavin Newsom's home state, but how about nationally? Does what we're seeing in California translate nationally? Chance of being the 2028 Democratic nominee, according to the prediction markets. Back on June 1st, before all this strategy, before all this confrontation with Donald Trump, you saw Gavin.
Can you believe that AOC is literally in the mix? Like, you cannot make this stuff up, guys. Like, this is insane.
Newsom 11%, AOC at 10, Buttigieg at 8. Look at where Gavin Newsom has shot up to now. 27% now is the clear front runner, not a 50% plus, but still the clear front runner, at least according to the prediction markets. What we're seeing in California isn't staying in California, at least at this particular point.
Guys, holy smokes. Like, again, we are seeing everything happen now where it's like we're seeing the new 2026 midterms come out. Trump is doing everything that he can to clean up all of what's happened. And again, too, every single win that we show you guys, Trump won with the Supreme Court. Again, he is 18-0, has won 18 times when things went to the Supreme Court and lost 0 times. And now they have green lit for President Trump to begin ending DEI and gender ideology grants. This is $750 million saved for the American taxpayers. And again, more and more money going back to Doge savings, just back to the American people. But this is huge, guys. Again, we show you the receipts of what's going on. The Supreme Court, it was exactly 783 million saved. But I feel like with what Trump is doing, there's no other option to have a red wave. With revoking visa holders that are not, doing what they're supposed to be doing, redoing the census, the redistricting, all this stuff that's happening, we can have a huge, huge win for the America First Party. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. This is big. And if you don't mind, guys, doing us a huge favor of hitting that thumbs up like button. We are about to enter into, guys, I'm so thankful for your support. This channel would not be where it's at if it wasn't for you. And guys, I'm so grateful for everybody that partners with us. And I've told you, whenever you support this channel and you give, and whether it's a membership or whether it's a super chat, that we donate what we can, because remember, YouTube gets their part, it's just the name of the game, to local charities every single month. And we switch back and forth. 1 month it's for homeless veterans and helping veterans out, and the next month it's for helping out like children, innocent children, children that are in foster homes, children that don't have anybody, that are orphans. And we this is our way of supporting them and being there for them when nobody else is. And this is where your support goes. And it just makes me so happy, guys, because we are going to be donating to the Midwest Shelter for Homeless Veterans. This is a local nonprofit, guys. They have served more than 505 unique veteran households and their families. And this, to me, is what matters the most, is that our channel, we're known for not only bringing the truth, bringing the receipts, but we're known for giving back to charity. And that to me matters so much. Joe, thank you so much for the support. Let's go. Say thank you to all the veterans who have sacrificed everything for our nation. Yes, if you are a veteran in our chat who watches our channel, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your service. We honor you. We thank you. We thank you and your families for your sacrifice. Y'all show Joe some special love in the chat, everybody. And it just means so much to us because we continue to grow our giving. In the past 10 months, we have given $42,000 live on stream, guys, with your support in the past 10 months. Sweet Kitten, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go. Show Sweet Kitten some love in the chat, everybody. And today, we're going to be donating $3,100, guys, live on stream because of your support, guys. We're so thankful. We're donating to this Midwest Shelter for Homeless Veterans, $3,100, guys. This, to me, is what it's all about. You can go check them out yourself. I'm going to put the URL in the chat. And I just love it because this is a very reputable organization that helps out homeless veterans. And you're about to see me do this, guys, live on stream. You're seeing this donate button. We're going to be donating a one-time. Thank you so much, Robert Cash, for the super chat. Let's go. Say, God bless the truth and God bless the USA. Go MAGA. I love it. We're going to be donating $3,100, guys, right there. Your total payment. Whew, man. Thank y'all so much for this support, guys. This really touches my heart. I'm so thankful. So right here, guys, I'm going to switch to myself real quick. I'm going to put in my personal information, put in my card information, all that. I can't put that on screen, but I am going to show you the receipt in just a moment. And to me, guys, this is what it's all about. Like, we are literally changing people's lives. This is coming from the TrueLife News family. And I love it because, again, too, this is not just from me. Like, we give a part, like, we get your support, and then we give a part from us. And this is us being able to give back and help out those that I feel like deserve to be helped out. I can't stand to think that there is homeless veterans out there, and instead of us giving the money to them, we were giving it to illegals and giving it to people who aren't even citizens. And it's such a blessing. I put this is from the TrueLife, from the YouTube channel, TrueLife News. Our family to yours, we support you. And this is beautiful, guys. I love this. This, to me, is what it's all about. And to me, we just want to continue to grow this. I believe that one day we will be giving hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. And it's all with your support. And this is something that we can't thank you enough for supporting us as we continue. Let me make sure right here. There's no personal information right here. Beautiful. All right, guys, look at this. This is the receipt. The Minnesota Midwest Shelter for Homeless Veterans. Look at this. This is 22nd today. Dear Joel Muro, thank you for your donation of $3,100. This is the donor view. This is their website, guys. We just donated live on stream, and we can't thank you enough. Thank you so much, everybody. George Masalis, thank you so much, brother, for your support. Here, let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see this, guys. There it is. There's our donation right there. He said, God bless TrueLife News. God bless our veterans. Guys, if you're not subscribed, please consider joining our family, hitting that subscribe button. I want to give some special love to Jogo for your support today. Y'all show Jogo some love in the chat, guys, for gifting TrueLife News memberships for the super chat. Thank you so much, Jeffrey Hatt. Thank you so much, Sweet Kitten, Teresa Weber. Thank you. So y'all show Teresa some love in the chat. Kim Jordan, Troy Goudry, our boy Chris Prez with the gifted 10 TrueLife News memberships. Fred Samuel. Mike Sapshinsky, thank you so much. Surgical Wizard, Jogo, Sweet Kitten, Robert Cash, George Masalis, Denise Clark, Custom Art, thank you so much. OG of the channel for your super chat. Said, ride in the red wave. God bless you, Joel. Everyone who gives and everyone here growing the TrueLife News family. Guys, this is what it's all about. You can see it on screen. You can go to the URL I put in the chat. We just donated $3,100 to this local charity, guys. Midwest Shelter for Homeless Veterans. That puts us over $45,000 given in the past 11 months. With your support, we can't thank you enough, guys. Thank you for sharing our videos, liking our videos. Show some love to those in the chat. Denise Clark, thank you so much for your support. We just want to continue serving you. Continue bringing you the facts, continue bringing you the truth. This is what it's all about, guys. We love you, appreciate you, and we will see you in the next one. Again, from my family to yours, we love and appreciate you. Y'all take care. Have a great day.